I never wanted to talk about this, but there's a lot of news coming out, especially from the CW. But I'm not really going to get into that news where apparently they are kind of selling the company since they haven't made money since 2006. But I'm basically going to discuss about the shows and why we have a huge problem with these superhero genre shows on the CW. And we all can agree, I think, The Flash and Arrow all had a good start until the propagandas and all this bullshit. But yeah, before I begin this video, I would love for you to subscribe and like this video. Anyway, so all I can say is that the CW has been stuck in the past for a while. The effects and the format in which the shows are released today is completely old and also outdated. Like for me, if the series did run for 8 to 13 episodes, they would save a lot of money and improve the quality of the show rather than do 22 episodes per season, which is way too long for my opinion. Like especially in this day of age. I mean, they've had a good run and success doing the 22 episode formats with shows like Smallville, Supernatural, etc., which I mentioned back. But now, with so many shows to binge in this time period, very few people will sit down and try to watch a season of 22 episodes. If we gotta be honest, the concept sounds good on paper, but they aren't really able to explore the things properly because the writers have to spend so much time writing fillers in every season, which puts the plot on pause and slows momentum of the show. For me, that's just my opinion. I think the format should be done of 8 to 13 episodes like Daredevil a season. It will save time, money, and also improve the quality of the effects. I mean, like shows like Superman and Lois use this format, and the quality of the show it shows that it actually improves the effects, the story, and there are no fillers to that show. If we gotta be honest. I don't think it's done by CW. I think it's done by HBO Max, but it's anyway. But I'm skipping out. I'm going off topic. But also one of the major problems, and I think everyone can agree, especially with Supergirl and Batwoman, like it's now in the superhero shows they're trying to reach too many different audiences. Shoving social propaganda and all this SJW crap right into our faces, which is killing the story and making us all cringe as fuck. I mean, if you're trying to spread a message towards a larger audience, that shouldn't change your story or ruin the character's motivation. I literally have zero problem about adding racial diversity in characters in these shows because I'm black. But when it influences the story, it just loses me, and I ain't really gonna bother to continue watching it. This is where I bring it back to the first point, where shows like The Flash, the budget costs about $50 million a season, and Daredevil costs about $40 million. The difference is one show is basically a movie where the plot is built and not sidelined with fillers and stupid ass propagandas, while the other show consistently tries to build this women are strong and men are not type of bullshit, especially with Supergirl and Batwoman. Listen, this is just my opinion. I ain't gonna say more. I just think it helps with the visual effects and the plot of the show if we're actually focusing on characters and not fucking changing them to something they will never be in the comics just to satisfy this HJW or any of that type of BS. Like you saw with apparently Flash last season, I think not the Flash, sorry, Supergirl's last season, it had a 50% drop. I mean, the propagandas they forced in that show just ruined it. And if they just focused on the characters, because they ruined Superman. They nerfed Superman so bad. Like, it was so fucking irritating. Especially, I think they had one fight scene. You know, Superman has been fighting crime for a while. And Supergirl just recently came to the planet, and she was a little girl while Superman was being Superman. So they had a fight between Superman and Supergirl, and Supergirl won. She kicked Superman's ass. This is where things are not realistic, and it just shows that if you force propagandas and all this other stuff, people are not gonna enjoy your content. This is why it's failing. This is why it failed in the season. This is why, like, Superman, Batwoman, Supergirl got cancelled because I think the ratings were really bad. The same as Batwoman, the ratings are really bad. I don't think it's the actors. I just think it's the writing. The writing is poor, and they really need to fix on it. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. I think those are the two obvious things which is happening with these CW shows. I think we're down with this era where we need to do 22 episodes a season, if we gotta be honest. It worked for shows like Smallville, because Smallville had actually good writing, even though they feel as the writing was good and they wouldn't force this propaganda and all this BS. That's why it reached this far. The same as Supernatural. They reached 10, Smallville reached 10 seasons. Supernatural, I think it's 12, 13 seasons. I'm not really sure, but correct me in the comments. But so far I can say, yeah, the CW era is kind of over right now. And once they sell the company, I don't know who's gonna buy it, because they haven't made any profit since 2006. Can you imagine that BS? And I think, like I said, if they just did like 13 episodes, I think there will be more in profit. Like, okay, you don't have to improve the budget of like have the same budget, but like the first season of The Flash, I think that season was a fucking masterpiece. It was a fucking masterpiece. But as it kept on going on, it became more of a team situation. And I think this is where the writers made the biggest mistake with Arrow, Supergirl, and I think The Flash. Yeah, also The Flash. Bring these sidekicks, all these characters, trying to make them superheroes. It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. Anyway, this is just my opinion. I don't want to make this thing long. But anyway, check it out. It's The Black Geek. Subscribe, like, and share. And I'll be doing more of these exes. Check it out.